My name is Chidi, and this is the show Talk About It with Chidi. I'm here with Sake, my co host, and Glad, my second co host. We'll be diving into some real issues happening in Nigeria, with the politics happening in Nigeria, the social issues that are happening. We'll watch some videos and get each and everyone's reaction to it. All right. So, Sake, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? After that, uh, Glad introduce
All right.
himself too.
Thank you for having me once again. My name is Ake, and I'm glad to be on the show.
Welcome, welcome. Glad, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm glad. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
I'm glad to join the show. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, first of all, before we proceed, um, I like to use this opportunity to say Independence Day to the United States, which was yesterday, 250 years. So, now we're going to proceed. Uh,
Peculiarities, was there not a study?
the first video we're going to listen to is of the Minister of Works in Nigeria, in person of David Umahi, where he dared Peter Obi to a debate. So we're just gonna watch a few minutes of it. I'll pause during the interval. We'll debate it and we'll play it on that way. But let's just listen to it first of all, and we'll come back to it.
A risk assessment done as to what would happen potentially if the Nigerian factor happened to those roads. And so what we're asking for is that a lot of money has gone into infrastructural projects well within their rights. They are appreciated. It's good for development. It's good for
I think I
industrialization.
started
It's good for...
this a little bit too further. Let me take it back.
And the rest of the world.
His Excellency David Mark, he was bold to say, oh, President Bola Tinubu has done very well in infrastructure. He was bold to say that. But my brother, Governor Wike, has replied him because he damaged his sincerity by saying, oh, is it true that we chop? The infrastructure roads is the GDP that grows every other GDP. When the road is cut, it's like the person is in prison. Because when you cannot go from one point to the other, then you are in prison. But look at what the president is doing. When one distance to the other, when Nasarawa is very close to Ebonyi, when Ebonyi is very close to Cross River, when Cross River is close to Sokoto, then that is the GDP that we are looking at.
All right, let's put this clash in full context.
So first of all, in context to this video, there was a picture of Peter Obi where he took a picture in the bad road, and he was asking who's responsible for the road. Okay, this is the picture. Let me show you. Okay, hold on.
Dave Umahi is always
We're not
willing,
actually
whether
here
sometimes
necessarily to listen to the
cantankerous or
commentary of these people.
sometimes,
We're just here to use
almost combative,
their
but he
broadcasting to.
responds.
Okay, look at the
And so
picture,
he's
right?
willing, unlike what we've seen with other...
We're just here to
Fine,
use their
WP.
broadcasting.
All right.
Vote for me. I've been voted. I'm
You're
ready
not
for
the
the
president.
We know
Yes.
who the president of the Arise Women's
No, we don't
Coalition
know. Is that
is.
your-
We know.
Yes, we know the true
We
president.
know.
We know.
That's inside the
President.
All right, Saki, what's your take on the issue that David Umahi was daring Peter Obi to a debate over the picture Peter Obi posted regarding a very dilapidated road?
Oh, well, I want to take it from maybe previously example. And we need to educate ourselves. While we are discussing, we need to still educate ourselves. The responsibility of government is to create infrastructure. After security for citizenry, infrastructures and welfare of the citizens are supposed to be the primary, the secondary.
Okay, can you speak up a little bit louder?
I said, when if the responsibilities of a government is supposed to be, provision of security, after which welfare of the citizenry. So we should not be begging for roads. But nonetheless, this is the state we have found ourselves, and we have to just live with it and deal with it. So he wanting to uh, debate with Obi is very, I don't think is reasonable, and Obi would never accept that kind of debate because he is not even a presidential candidate of any party, as it were. So if you are debating with anybody, it should be with a presidential candidate. Umar is just a minister. So you cannot expect Obi to want to debate with Umahi, who is just a minister. He's a servant. Yes, they are all servants, whether we like it or not, both the president and the rest of them. But they are great to servants, to you being a servant. So Umahi cannot want to debate with Obi. He is beneath him, in quotes now. If Umahi wants to debate with Peter Obi, he should take a form and contest as a presidency candidate. And at that point, they can now meet and discuss. They were both governors, agreed, but stage has gone past that. Obi has gone past that stage of being a governor or an ex-governor. He's a presidential candidate, a two-time presidential candidate. So Umahi cannot be wanting. Okay, he wanted to contest before now. He did not succeed. Now, okay, he accepted the ministerial position. So he cannot be wanting to contest or to debate with a presidential candidate of a party. Is not
All right.
left saying on my own point of view. They are not in the same league anymore. Probably the next election or any other time when they are in the same pedestal that they can debate with themselves. But for now, Umahi is beneath Obi in the state
All
of
right.
things.
All right. Glad, you can unmute yourself. You're muted, Glad. Unmute yourself and give us your opinion on Peter Obi, on a minister wanting to debate Peter Obi. Glad, can you hear us? You are muted. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I did not really hear what he was saying, but I can hear you a bit, but your friend, I didn't get what he was saying. It was low.
Okay, but you give us your opinion on the idea that a minister is challenging Peter Obi, who's a presidential candidate, to a debate. What's your take
Well,
on that? Do you think that was necessary? Do you think Peter Obi should debate a sitting a minister? The other guy, Sake, said he feels they are not on the same level. That if the minister wants to debate, he should go get a ticket and run for presidency so they can debate. That if Peter Obi should debate, he should be debating with Tinubu, who is
yeah,
in Umari.
for
So,
sure.
what's your take
Peter
on that?
Obi, yeah, I will start with Peter Obi should debate Tinubu and not the minister that was talking on that video. And again, I don't know the word to use right now for the people who are talking for Tinubu are trying to um, play down Obi aspiration to be the president of Nigeria because they see that he's loved by most Nigerians, and the few Nigerians that do not love him, they do love him, but they are being paid to play the role of not loving him, you know. So it's just what it is. It's politics. It's a funny game. Some people call it the dirty game. But I would say Peter Obi should just put his head down, stay focused, and keep doing what he's doing. I think the past presidents like Obasanjo are backing him. The Northerners people are backing him. So Peter Obi has nothing to lose. Tinubu has everything to lose. That's why he's doing whatever he can to smear the guy, to play down Obi. And if you look Obi track record, even when he was a governor, when we were there back in Nigeria, the guy did very well. His state is one of the best states in today. The things he did has still standing, and just imagine such person who have a big IQ on economics. He's intelligent. He's very clever, and not to forget about Goodluck Jonathan when he was a president. He was the last person that did something after Obasanjo brought in GSM. The only thing I could say for Obasanjo regime was he brought in GSM,
Well,
telecommunication.
let's stay on Obi for a minute. But
Yeah, yeah,
another
yeah.
question I
So,
have to ask you before you finish is: do you
mhm.
think Tinubu would leave Peter Obi to become president whenever 2027, even if Peter Obi wins? Don't you think Tinubu, who was a civilian, was able to find himself in the presidency? How do you think that person with all the power would allow Peter Obi to take power from him? What's your take on that before we go to uh, uh,
um, it'll be difficult because right now the our next president was elected by Tinubu, and just like how things are running now in America, the city president, they always have a way of, if they want to ring the election, they have the power to do it. My take in this now is that the Justice Department in Nigeria, according to a source, it said they are being how do I put that? There's changes anyway. The Supreme Court, they are trying to be fair because all eyes are watching them. And so that's the only feeling I'm believing that Obi will have a chance. If people comes out in mass to vote, if the youth truly comes out to vote, they will overshadow those paid Tinubu supporters. And then the ANEC will have no option than to give the actual vote. But if the youth do what they always do, sit back and allow the old folks who were paid to go vote, Tinubu will win. So the thing now is, will the youth vote? Will the educated adults do the right thing, step out on that day to go vote? Will people vote without fear? Those are the things that we have to look into. And
all right?
then
Well, we'll drill
I
more into. Just try to
just
wrap
one
up.
last thing.
Yeah.
I think right now, Obe should keep hammering on debating Tinubu. If he debates Tinubu, Tinubu will not win the election. And again, Tinubu will not win that debate because Obi we debate him well. Obi is well educated than him, and he speaks very well, and he knows what he's saying.
All
So
right.
I think Obi, short of winning, he should debate Tinubu. That way, people will see the real Tinubu. Nigeria, they don't do good debation. They should do at least 6 good debates. One from BBC, Silverbird,
All right, we'll cover.
ITV.
We'll proceed. Let's come to Sake. Sake, we all know that in the last election, Tinubu was not able to debate. He refused to debate. He would even answer questions for himself, even when they were in Chatham House. Even El Rufai, who was being locked up, was one of the people answering questions for him.
Lose money
Do you
again.
think
Yeah.
Tinubu is going to take Peter Obi and debate this time?
I was going to actually respond to um,
Yeah, you can go ahead and respond
your
to why you. Yeah.
the fact is that Tinubu is never going to debate anybody. You and I know that, and which brings to core the mistakes that we make as citizens in Nigeria. We allow them just bamboozle us into whatever they want. There's supposed to be debate, even in America over there. The Republicans, the Democrats, they get to debate themselves, even from the primary period down to the election, as it were. They get to debate and their policies. Their own issue is about policies. We are about roads and economic, how we bring the economy to be profitable or to grow the GDP of the country. But yours is about your policies, the international policies, and the rest of it. But you and I know that Tinubu will not debate with anybody, as it were, as it stands now. So it's about just those people, the Ononugas and the rest of them, running those errands, going on Channels TV, Arise, on different TV stations, trying to, launder his image, because I call it image laundry, because they're trying to make him look like he's working while he's not working. We are the ones here in Nigeria. We are seeing the banal thing. Go to what's it called? The flood that is happening, that is ravaging Lekki, as it were now. You can see it. You say you are creating roads, you are building roads, but they are not accessible to anybody, as it's were now, because of the flood. I don't know. I want to suspect that maybe a neighboring country must have opened their dam, and that's what is causing this flood that is ravaging the country now. But I don't know. I can't. I'm just trying to say I'm suspecting that that's what's happening. So Tinubu is not going to debate anybody. I can bet anything on it as it stands now.
Okay, thank you. I tend to agree with the both of you that Tinubu is not going to debate. He's not going to want to take debate and expose himself to be an empty shell. But one thing I can assure you is that Tinubu is not going to relinquish power to Peter Obi. Tinubu is going to do everything it takes to do a second term. He's not going to debate. You've never seen him sat with any news reporter to answer questions. And the way the Nigerian news media are very comfortable with such a scenario baffles me as well. Because in a society where the president do not speak with news media, do not answer, even to friendly news media, no one, since he became president, there has not been a news interview. At least his own TVC, would have gone to give him like a softball interview. But that's to tell you the level of fear they have. They don't even want to have anything to do with news media, not even TVC. So I agree with you guys. He's not going to. So now let's move to the next topic. I wish I was able to edit these videos before we start.
And the police in October 20.
But there's an issue brewing in Nigeria right now about a fake agency that gets 1.3 billion naira in the Nigeria 2026 budget, right? And the reason why I want us to talk about this is because I want my friend, who we both live in America, to try and educate Nigerians how it is impossible for such things to happen. But before then, let's just listen to these people, to the news media, speak about it, and we'll come back on the other side and talk about it.
2025 about the fictitious agency, and Adeyemi was arrested at his secretariat office on October 27th. The police raided both his office and his home in Suleja, discovering 34 bank accounts, 9 opened in the names of his fictitious agencies, and alleged evidence that he fraudulently opened a CBN account by deceiving the Office of the Accountant General. Adeyemi was released on bail and now faces an 8-count charge, including criminal forgery and impersonation, and is due in court on July 27th. Well, here is a video showing Adeyemi promoting the fake agency.
The vision driving the work of Presidential Economic Advisory Council and the Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council. This demand both idea bolder actions and strong collaboration and decisive change. The council was created to serve a simple but powerful purpose, that is to support the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR. Her mandate is clear. We aim to shape policies that not only stimulate growth, attract both foreign and local investments. Being privileged to serve as the Director General matters to me personally because I know what is. I have seen the challenges and the potential in this country. I believe in what this council stands for. In the short time since my appointment, we have laid the foundation for impact, streamlining investor support systems, improving advisory structures, and aligning national priorities with practical solutions. Our work is ongoing and we have a long-term vision, but the goal is simple: to build an inclusive, stable economy where opportunity is accessible to everyone. To the citizens, the entrepreneurs, and the partners, we are working for you and with you to move Nigeria forward. God bless Nigeria.
Well, this story has generated significant reactions online. After a bill, he alleged that Femi Gbajabiamila collected 400 million naira by proxy to secure him the appointment, with a 200 million naira balance still outstanding. But Adeyemi's claim directly contradicted his earlier statement to the police, where he stated that one Dolapo Babatunde Tanimola, who died in a fire incident on October 22nd, just 5 days before his arrest, was the person who assisted him in procuring the fake appointment letter. The presidency has described Adeyemi as a serial fraudster, pointing out that in 2016, he falsely paraded himself as an ambassador of the World Youth Organization until the United Nations denied its existence. Now, here are the three questions Nigerians are asking online. How did a fake agency secure an office space at the Federal Secretariat, attract foreign diplomats, and get 1.3 billion naira into the presidency's own budget? And I'll take Kalu Aja's tweet. He wrote on X, "This situation is quite concerning. Femi Gbajabiamila, the chief of staff to the president, claims that the Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council does not exist within the structure of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. However, this very council is listed in the budget of the presidency, not in some distant ministry or agency. It's allocated within the budget of the presidency itself. This raises two possibilities. Either the presidency is unaware of its own budget, which is meant for its own operations, or the secretary to the federal government is being dishonest. What surprised me is that the secretary is making a definitive statement on an issue that can be easily verified."
Okay, first of all, this is what I want to ask a question, a leading question. Do you guys believe? I'm going to start with you, Glad, right? Glad. Do you believe Nigeria as a country are fraudsters, from the government to the people to the? Do you agree with that statement that everything they do, there is always there's always motive behind it? What's your take, Glad, after listening to that?
It's a shame and it's a pity to say that, yes. Honestly, yes. This is one reason why I'm praying to God to help me to come home. Because you see, America, everybody talk about America. America is the envy of the world. America is this. This is the first regime in America, our administration, that have showed lights or behaved like Nigerian government for 250 years, my brothers. Trump is behaving like Nigerian people, like African leaders. They don't care about the citizen. All they care is about their pockets. And funny enough, look at these people. They are all old people. from, sorry that I deviate from Nigeria, but from the current leaders or the administration in Nigeria, the current administration in America, their age is funny. These people are almost the same age group people. Just imagine we now talking on this platform. We have a goal. My motive is not money. Money has never been my motive. In doing business, my motive is I want to help the helpless. That's when I was a kid. I had that
So,
motive.
so my question again, you're deviating from my question. My question
But
is,
no, I'm
hold
going
on,
to come
hold
back.
on,
I'm
hold
trying
on,
to make
hold on.
I'm
My
trying to make a
question
logical
is,
sense.
I want us to stick to the question. My
Yeah,
question
yeah.
is,
We're gonna just give me one minute. I'm gonna come back. I'll tell you why I'm saying this. Nigerian government has been a fraud. When we had a real government, was the time of the Awolowo, the Abat Macaulay them time, the Monitala Mohammed time. When we had Nigeria was one. There was a time that the Queen of England, the magistrates, they come to Nigeria. I saw one history YouTube channel I was watching these days now. They come to Nigeria for treatment. We had a better hospital that they come to Nigeria for.
UI.
Yeah. Just imagine at that time, education, farming, how Nigeria was, water was running into people's houses. You could on your tap in your kitchen, water will run. There was light, there was street light, there was drainage system. At that time in the 60s, what changed? Because few good men, according to them, decide to chase their own personal ambition. And that thing has contaminated our fathers' eras. That in today, our fathers' eras that are still ruling the Nigerian or the African people are still relying on their fascist belief where they want to stock up their pocket. Obi said one thing. I was watching one of his clips in IG. He said something that there was a guy that had about, they're still looking for him right now. I think he's from Kaduna. He had about the minister of or the caretaker for NNPC refinery that was supposed to maintain the refinery. He had about 80 something billion to repair refinery. He didn't do it.
is it not the same one Oshomole said should be arrested, dead or alive?
That very guy. That's,
so hold on. Just try and wrap up.
Oshomole.
Just try and wrap up so we can hear from Sake.
Let me just wrap up. That money that guy steal could have, if he had used that money to do the right thing, or if you don't want to even do the right thing, invest the money in the Nigerian community by building a better hospital, by building a youth technical training center where you train people how to sew, how to create computer. I have seen Nigerians create things out of Bangolo, out of nothing. When I was there, I know people who could use Benson and Hedges paper to make a golden light bulb. Then when I was in Western Boys, we are gifted. Even today, the drum America is using in CIA, Nigerian man made it. A Benin man made the drum that is not the envy of all military bases in the world. So if the Nigerian people can see and learn now, if Nigeria can fix ourselves today, Africa will fix themselves.
Thank you. We'll come back to you. Thank you. Sake, let's hear from you, Sake. What's your opinion on the issue of the fake agency and the involvement of Jabila?
It's too much.
I just want to go straight to the point. I think we need to know that our institutions have failed. They physically failed in respect to assessing, the agencies that they budget on, meaning our budgeting system basically has failed.
Yeah.
Because if it had failed, they would have detected this issue, this embarrassment, ab initio. So the question you still will ask, just like the lady that was talking or that was in the video mentioned, how did they get a office space, an office space, I mean, in a federal secretariat, and you are saying you don't recognize them, you don't know them, meaning you as the SGF, you have also failed in your responsibility, as it were. These people were reported in September last year, and during the end of the year, people that were reported that, okay, they are not in any agencies in the government, but at the end of the year, while you were making budget, you budgeted for them. How do you now explain it to anybody? This guy just accused you of taking 400 million naira from him, and you are still expecting another 200 million. That's Gbajabiamila. You are still expecting another 200 million from him. And okay, you arrested him. Why did you release him if there were no evidences to show that you actually collected that particular money from this particular person to create this agency, this non-existing agency for him to operate? He has staffs coming in and coming out of that particular secretariat on a daily. Then who is fooling who? Meaning we are the ones fooling ourselves if we allow this just slide and we look the other way like, okay, it's the normal thing. I mean, $1 billion plus in budget. Man, my brother, yeah, I thought it was bad. It's becoming
Can I just
very,
real quick? I think we the youth now, in any way we can, we need to create a watchdog that will watch over these people. Because I think the problem with Nigeria, we don't have a patriotic accountability agency that has no allegiance to any party, anybody, that will be solely focused on the priority, which is the Nigerian people. Because
brother, sorry,
all the,
sorry. I want to interject here. I want to divert a little, then we'll still come back. If the president is the one that gets to appoint the INEC chairman, which agency do you think will not answer to the presidency?
the people, like what they have here in America, do you know there's a watchdog that watches over the DOJ, the DOJ, the DOD, the Congress?
They are called Inspector General. You have every Inspector General in all
people,
the departments.
Yeah, these people are no loyalists to anybody. They are not appointed by the president.
Which is what
they
ought to be.
They are being picked by the Congress out of what they call it, anonymous votes. The Congress don't even know them. So we Nigerians now, like we that are here, that are aspiring to go back home and over there, I think it's time we all come together. Like people like us now, let's start advocating for.
But do you think there's no mechanism in place that would have been able to filter out that guy as being someone that
there is now, like
right.
what they call them,
which means the accusation against Gbajabiamila which means the accusation against Benjamin Miller is legitimate. Because if Benjamin Miller, who is the chief of staff, who's responsible for all the staffs under the executive, is the one that brought him in, then that is he's not a fake. How do they use fake? He's not fake. The
No,
presidency is just trying to distance himself from maybe some kind of
bro,
crime the guy might have committed or whatever. But they
that
shouldn't use
guy,
the word fake.
Chidi,
bro, that
this
guy,
man was arrested in September. He was arrested in September, released, went back to office, got budget for 2026. I
Can
don't
you
know if you try to correlate it. Arrested in September last year, released, got budget for him to continue this year.
guy,
So first of all, we all know Nigeria as a corrupt system. Now let's try and have conversation. I want us to just have conversation like bros having conversation. No, listen, let's talk about Nigeria system, right? As a whole. We all know Nigerian system is rotten to the core. There is no functioning system that works in Nigeria. All the agency are all
they're
either
gone.
to one godfather or the other. The police
They're gone.
see themselves as protectors of the elite, not the masses. So how can Nigerians be able to come together and restructure this system? What do you think it would take to restructure the system? Glad, go on.
Like I said,
Okay.
we need patriotic Nigerians, well educated with the constitution. Like, because I'm here now, I'm already starting to forget a little bit of Nigerian constitution. But when we were in primary school,
First of all, I think Nigeria constitution is a very flawed document.
no,
Right. No, no.
it's the same
I-
thing,
I-
almost the
I-
same thing like here.
No,
Almost the
no,
same-
no, 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 no. Just
tweak.
hold on. It is just a little bit that is identical to
Yeah,
that of the
a
United
little
States.
tweak, a little
But
tweak.
what the politicians did is they manipulated the United States document to fit themselves. The Nigerian Constitution is meant, in my opinion, to protect the elite. It is not meant for the people. That is why you see nobody heirs allegiance to the Constitution. No Nigerian, as an individual, will tell you, I pledge allegiance to the Constitution. They will always tell you, what Constitution do you mean? 99 Constitution that was drafted by the military. So I understand what you're calling by the Constitution, but go ahead. Let's assume it has a working Constitution. Go ahead. Kisley will come to you. Let him just finish.
Yeah. So now is this patriotic Nigerians is the way forward. One thing that makes America different from all over the world is that these people are patriotic. Even as Trump is so corrupt, in his administration, there are people who doesn't like what he's doing, but they are scared of their life because the guy is saying, just watch, when he hand over power to whoever, Democrat, Republican, Independent, you will see the real transcript of Trump. They will come out for his administrative people. So now go back to Nigeria. Nigeria will need, firstly, we need patriotic Nigerians. We that are here in this video, there are others. The Justice Craig guy, people who are coming out now. Our generation is going to be the one to fix Nigeria. I've seen that. Visualize it, memorize it every day. Think about it. Not our father's generation. They have done their part. They have destroyed that country. But who to fix it is we. Can we avoid being corrupt? That is my fear. Because we cannot continue to live the same way. He said, you can't continue to live for sin that grace may abide. So one thing is patriotic Nigerians that will say no to bribe, yes to integrity, dignity, immaculately. Like, we need to be pure, open-minded. And then if it's to amend the constitution, make it more real. Because now I'm studying the American Constitution very well now. I have so much time in my hand. I've seen a lot this time. Study it, our constitution, start amending it again to fit every Nigerian. Because you cannot tell me that country. We have the best, we used to be the best law school in the world, number 3 in the world. We are educated people. So we know we can get it done, and we will.
All right. Thank you. Sake, go ahead and I'll give my own opinion.
Okay. I think first of all, I would disagree with you, Chidi, that our constitution is flawed, because I want to take an exception to that. I think we have a near perfect constitution.
Yeah,
Implementation is the issue.
it's the problem.
Implementation. Because we have laws that govern every aspect of things relating to the citizenry. But, they get to implement certain laws to favor certain set of persons. So that is basically the issue. The judiciary are partial, and they are not supposed to be partial. They are supposed to be impartial, irrespective of any person that is coming to the courts. There are certain, it's supposed to be a parallel thing. The law is the law, but the law gets to favor the rich and does not favor the poor. So if you don't have money or you cannot muscle your way, some people don't even get to go for normal barristers to defend them in courts because they cannot even afford the barristers. Now, these rich men go for the sons, and the sons have connections with the judges. At the end of the day, when you finish your hearing and they say, okay, adjourn to next 2 weeks, these guys go backstage, they call themselves, and they sit down, they just gist and say, that case, just do it like this, just do it like this. And at the end of the day, you come, you are supposed to be the one winning the case. But at the end of the day, you are the one going to jail. You understand? So the laws are there for the judges and the system to adhere to it is the issue. So the system is our problem. If you don't have the right system to monitor, like you guys mentioned, you have the people monitoring the judges, monitoring the House of Assemblies, the reps, the rest of like that as well over there. We don't have it over here. Instead, these same persons are the ones they will use to detain you, beat you, and the likes. You have the DSS, you have a peaceful protest. DSS are coming to tear gas you on a peaceful protest. You are not carrying any any gun. You are not carrying any stick, just your placards. But they still come. They will tear gas you and everything like that. Even water, this thing canisters. They will use it on you.
Sorry to say this, bro. Let me quickly jump in, Rick. Just one thing. Do you know in that constitution, Iberian, there is it's just like here. Peaceful protest is legal in Nigeria. It cannot be interrupted. For real.
Now we have to take permission to do. We have to take permission to do the peaceful protest. We have to take permission first from police. That, okay, we want to do a peaceful protest before. The only person that has done a protest that has not taken permission was. I came back recently. It was just, something instantaneous. It wasn't planned for, but he just did it, and he went straight to naval base. They were trying to. They were
well. This is my take. This is my take to disagree again with you, Kinsley. I still stand by my word that the Nigerian Constitution is flawed. Why I say it is flawed is because it is not constitution of the people by the people for the people. It was a constitution of decree by the military. And Nigeria as a whole is a very, very complicated society that people has tribal differences. The tribal differences cannot be overlooked, right? The hatred between one another cannot be overlooked. The West is actually actively destroying businesses of the East in the West. That cannot be overlooked. The North, there is killing coming down from the North to the South. That cannot be overlooked. I think if Nigeria wants to move on in this kind of predicament, they have to ask themselves a simple question: are we ready to coexist with one another as people? Right? If we're ready to coexist with one another as people, then let's draft a constitution for the people, by the people, and for the people. A constitution where you can really practice true federalism, where every state is autonomous with its own law and all, but the federal law supersedes state law, you know. Every state has its own police down to the colleges, federal and local government. The local government should be in charge of controlling whatever infrastructure is under its jurisdiction, like airport, police, and other different things, railway station, bus stations, and all. And also, there should be law and order. When I mean law and order, they should remove the power of the presidency from being able to manipulate the Department of
governor.
DSS, EFCC, and those things, right? And also, the governor should not be able to use their power for state police to manipulate state police to go against them. So these are the things. And also, the police people, like you said, Glad, patriotism. They need to be patriotic to the citizens. They need to know who they are serving. That their services is to the citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and not to the elite or the politicians or to their selfish interests. And anybody that goes out of line, that breaks the law, no matter your position, should be held accountable, because the only way to deter crime is punishment. People like Akpabio or people like Ojus or Kalu, who these are people that are credibly accused, should not be in power today, making laws or doing things like that. Tinubu himself have been credibly accused in the United States for drug trafficking. So these are things that should happen.
And that's
Nigerians need to look inward. And the people I'm talking to now are the young people, because the old people are about to die off. Where do we go from here?
From here.
Chidi,
brother.
sorry, let me just quickly. You mentioned something about, the governors taking control of the state police. That is where the issue really is. That is where the issue basically is. Evolving from, federal policing to state policing, it will take a gradual process, because I can tell you categorically, where we grew up from now. Those that are doing their normal vigilante and the rest of it are basically, what they call them. I don't want to start, using words I'm not supposed to use.
Please, let's not go into security yet, right? Because our next topic, our next chapter is going to be based on insecurity, right? Let's just talk about the corruption. Like, for example, one thing that really bugs me a lot about Nigeria is the Nigerian road, right? The road that does not have markings, does not have signs. People don't follow the rules and regulation of the road. Everybody wants to move at the same time. There is no regulation, nothing. That thing really bugs me a lot. They will build a road and leave it plain without road marking and all that.
Chidi, you are making it look like the thing is, road marking is not even anything that is an issue to us. We manage it like that.
But it's wrong though, because it's part of the things that's causing accidents.
Let us have the road is the issue. Let us have the road. Then we'll talk about markings later. Because we don't even have the road. So if you don't have the road, what are you
marking? You have, at least there should be road marking.
If you don't have the road, what are you marking?
That's true.
There has to be a road for you to mark.
Right? Yeah.
So there's no road. So what are you marking?
It's not just doing the road. They should do drainage system road.
Are you seeing what is happening in Lekki? Are you seeing what is happening?
Yeah.
These are not, you know,
The warehouse,
now they
I
have.
saw one warehouse flooded.
Do you,
All their goods
do
all
you know
over
they have a job? Some jobless guys actually have a job now. They just stay at the end of the road. They carry you on their back and take you across the road to where there is no water, and you pay them because vehicle cannot actually ply that road again. So they just back you and they take you and walk you through to the end. Then you pay them.
That's like at least
and
the
you
Lagos
clear
government will
your
tell you they've used that to create a job for youths to back people and cross over.
job for
That's it. Just look at the positive side of it. It is job creation.
no, there's no positivity. There's no positivity about it. No positivity about it. Mm-mm.
It is job creation. Look at it as job creating.
Goddamn.
But one thing you can say, let's just wrap up this segment. I will
Yeah, I
continue to
gotta
say
do.
that the youth has got to wake up. Nigerian
Yeah,
youth has got to count their teeth with their tongue and smell the coffee. Their mates in the world are leaving them. The mistake our parents did was that they did not fight for us. And now, if we do not fight for our children, Nigeria is going to be
Nigeria.
worse for our children because I believe some of the young people that are waiting just to take over from these old people and do even worse. Because when I
Worst.
listen to some young people talk about politics and defend the indefensible, it scares me of the future,
Yeah,
to be
excuse me.
honest with you. Now, let me
Me
play
too.
a video
Eh,
for you people. Go ahead, say what
sorry,
you want to
sorry.
say.
Before you play the video, I would still want us to maybe, as we go on, maybe in the next episode, we should be the one because right now we cannot do any other thing but build foundation for because we are almost out of our own league also. If we don't build foundation for these people to build
8
on
million.
or create the foundation for them to build on, we are going to be leaving debris for our own children, which is what scares me the most. We need to do whatever is our best for them to build
And
on because
that's what me, you, and Glad is doing right here, right? This is the best we can do. Use our voices to speak out and point out those
For
things we
now.
think are wrong. But first of all,
For now.
I want to show this as an intro into the conversation of insecurity.
She was alone in her room cooking when the soldiers forced their way in and pinned her to her bathroom door. Let's take a look. She was alone in her room.
Purposes and for infrastructural development. What the
want
challenge
you guys to
usually
hear the
is
conversation from the
accountability.
I don't want you guys to
Like
miss
you said
anything.
already
This is,
and broke down the areas
all these people. So.
I was in my hostel cooking when I noticed they were around. Later, everything died down and they started yelling race again. They started turning their touch, they started posting that your name, their thoughts to my and I was like, who is there and why are you doing this? The next they asked me to go open my door. I opened the door and it was like was like how many people that were inside? How many are we inside the room? And I was like, we have two. My roommates were not around. Then I'm yelling on inside the room. It pinned me to my room's toilet door. Pinned me to the door, and it was like, I'm going to like it that she not shout.
You know, the vice chancellor of the university described the soldiers as animals who should not be living among humans, demanding their summary dismissal and persecution. 8 soldiers have since been arrested, and the Army Depot commandant has ordered a full investigation. And I'll tie this other story, Dr. Bati, before I come to you. More from Osun State University, where in a tragic and deeply troubling story, the death of the final year student, Grace Oshunlakin, has triggered outrage on campus. Oshunlakin, a 400-level criminology and security studies student, died after allegations of substandard health facilities at the school's Ifetedo campus. Students say that she suffered a medical emergency and fainted. In a video trending online, her fellow students came out to protest. Let's take a look.
They told her that they built us there. It's not for every single year, we losing students. Our parents trust you know that we are here.
Okay, first of all, the first story, it was about the Nigerian soldiers invading University of Oshun and assaulted young girls, right? Sexually beat a lot of people. So my question to you guys is, why is Nigerian news media acting like today is the first time they know of the behavior of the Nigerian military? We all live in Nigeria. We know how barbaric the Nigerian military are. We know how abusive and how they assault citizens every day. We know how they brutalize people for no reason just because they have power, guns, and they are wearing uniform. So why is the Nigerian news media acting like this is just the first time they are realizing the kind of monsters the Nigerian military are?
Let me say something real quick about our military uniform. Just very short. In America, I had a Navy face cap. I was driving my truck. I bought the face cap at a truck stop. Do you know that a retired Navy man paid for my lunch at the truck stop? I don't forget that is $30 in Seattle. My first time in Seattle delivering a load, just for wearing that Navy hat, he paid for my lunch.
Because they
When I
see
was
it as you supporting them. They see it as you know what I mean?
In Nigeria, let me tell you, 2006, or no, 2000, no, on my graduation day in Nigeria, 2006, October 9, we graduated. I was wearing a Nigerian, not even Nigerian, it's American design, what they call it, combat shorts, pockets left and right, with the rope dripping down, joggers, American joggers. It's an American military dress short, blue with a white Navy American top. With you could fold the hand and buckle it on your hand, become a short lead. Driving back to Benin, celebrating. The checkpoint stopped me right there between Irua. When you leave Ekpoma, it's Irua, I think. Yeah, they stopped me because of that dress. This people naked me. I have to give them then our money is still good. I think I gave them 20,000 not to beat me and destroy that dress. They took the dress anyway. I have to redress on the roadside. My elder sister Miriam had the same issue. She wear a red camouflage. It's camouflage we call it a red camouflage. My elder sister always bring designers for us. They took that designer from my elder sister, but she fought that dude.
I know a lot of people that have been assaulted just by wearing camouflage. But over here in America, you can wear camouflage as hell as you want.
The Nigerian military need to understand. See how they behave to Justice Crack, who were even fighting for them to have a quality meal, not quantity meal, a quality meal.
There was not even quantity in the meal. It was not quality, it was not quantity.
This boy was fighting for a good meal for the military. And they disgrace that man like that. Arrest him, beat him, put him in prison, or whatever they do to him. This is where I said Nigeria need education and need to know what they call this patriotism in America. They don't joke with it. Like yesterday, Independent now, they celebrate independence more than they celebrate Christmas. More than they celebrate anything. They love their independence. When I used to drive truck, Independence Day in America, truck stop. Oh my God.
You see the fireworks, you see the flag everywhere. Everybody is proud of their nation. Well, let's go to Sake. Let's go to Sake. Sake, what do you have to say about the video of the soldiers?
Basically,
you gotta be careful. You know you live in Nigeria too, because
I understand. I think it's basically psychology. If frequent psychological checkup on these people, I think they will perform better and they will serve us better. Because monetarily, they are not being paid well. So they take this out mostly on the civilian
The people.
citizens.
Yeah.
So all these things are basically, that's why I would just narrow it down to just psychology. Pay them, if you can pay them well, do a routine psychological checkup on them from time to time, as the case may be, especially those that you have posted to, what's it called, the war front, because I call it war front, the Boko Haram, the do routine, when you redeploy them to redeploy them to other sections, and make sure you do that psychological checkup, because I believe it's, a lot of things are happening. You're always on your trigger, constantly shooting and the rest of it, whether you like it or not. It plays on your mindset. The blood you see every day, everything you go through on a daily, you are not being fed well, you are not being paid well, and you are shooting, you are killing. It plays on your psyche, whether you like it or not. So that psychological checkup is very necessary at every point in time, routinely. I think that should be the normal thing that basically, they should be going through on a timely basis.
Glad, do you have anything to contribute before I play the next video?
Yeah. Firstly, one, the Nigerian military need a psych eval. They need a therapy. The federal government too. The federal government need to start funding psych evaluation for all Nigerians. Thirdly, the military need a watchdog that will report solely to the people. Fourthly, the press need to stop being afraid and give the Nigerian people a true journalism without fear or favor, a pure and authentic journalism. Far too long, the National TV Association of Nigeria has failed Nigerians, and they need to reevaluate themselves. These are the only way Nigeria can crawl out of its pain and become a true democratic nation. Without these few things I just said, from the beginning of this podcast today, I've been hammering on patriotism, education. These are the way forward. If we cannot get these things right before now in 2035, there will be no Nigerian to reckon with. The Chinese, the Asian people, they will rip Nigeria off themselves and pour just. Only the strong will survive. Nigerian people should be afraid of the future. If we are not afraid of the future, Nigeria cannot heal. I'm saying this again. Nigeria needs to stop being afraid. Stop being passive. Stop being comfortable with poverty. Stop agreeing with failure and start asking questions. People who ask questions, they always get solution. Even in the Bible, God said, when you knock, I will open. When you ask for food, I will not give you a stone. Our God does not like people who fold hand. Never in the Bible have I seen that God supports somebody who sit back and relax. David conquered nations.
They got to fight for it. You got to want it. You got to go get it.
Everything you got to want it.
You can't just sit your ass down every 4 years.
4
do
years.
the same thing and expect a different outcome.
Till today, this
that
war
don't work
is
like
moving
that.
fast. Till today, there is no light in Nigeria.
And people are still accepting this rubbish from their politicians. You still allow your politicians to drive into your community after how many years and there is no electricity. That shows a level of cowardice in I'm talking to my party.
I used to
Sake,
fight.
you're doing your own part, okay? You are exempted
I used to
from
go
this.
to the NEPA office in NNPC depot.
The thing is,
One
I'm
thing
not
about me,
exempted.
Glad, what
I'm
do you mean,
exempted.
Glad? In NEPA office that they are using generator.
I know, but see, I will go there and make the manager, and the manager will see, Nigerians, people, they need action. They need somebody that will spark them. Bro, our sense start having light. I'm not lying you. When I was in August, when my dad went to Nigeria in 2017, when they told him what I was doing, this man came to America. He looked at me. He hugged me. He said, I didn't believe my eye. Bro, I didn't take nonsense. When I graduated 2006, I came home. Ekpoma, they get light past Benin City. Ekpoma, would they get light 24/7? If they take light, no sooner your transformer fuse born. Nigeria, we have plated plants. Water, then they give us light. And we have water excess. We couldn't maintain them. We started bringing fake materials from China.
You see, a building that was built years ago that looks good. You go to Nigeria now, it looks like.
Woo! My brother,
See,
I did construction in Nigeria.
Our
I never
problem is
accepted quantity materials. I would tell my customer that give me the contract.
Let's
You
hear from
want
Kesley.
quantity
Hold
of
on. Let's hear from Sake,
brother,
who lives in Nigeria.
talk, man.
Yeah, let's hear from Sake. Sake, go ahead.
our problem is Hydra headed. It has different head from different direction. Now you are mentioning about the NEPA issue and the rest of it. We cannot all, just go to NEPA office. Sometimes you might probably when you came and you acted the way you acted, probably add money on you and you can easily bill yourself.
No,
They can pick you up.
I was in Nigeria. I just graduated. This was 2006 to
I'm just trying to
2011, 2012, before I came here. I used to climb a transformer to fix
I'm just trying to
broken
for you.
wire.
That is what they can easily
myself.
that is what they can easily do to you now. They will just pick you up. And if you don't have somebody that can come and bail you, you probably will be sitting there.
They tried. This is was no Nigeria. I know now. They like then Wahala Joshua know me because of how I used to work in the NEPA office. And then my dad is in America, used to be educationalist in Nigeria, used to work with what was his name? Edo State governor. My dad used to be the PA and the secretary of Edo State government. Then he formed WAEC and all those things and all those blah blah blah. So a lot of people know Owunga. So even when I had a BSc in public administration, I know myself. So even when they will arrest me in Wala Junction, I don't go into jail. They put me back of counter. After 3 hours, Asimutaya, they go to your house, carry your wallet, they go. Will not fit. You're in trouble too much.
You have your backings. But those that don't have their backings will end up probably spending 2 weeks unnecessarily in jail or in the cell, for instance, before they even. The funny thing is that you still got to bail them. If you want to take them out of that place, you still have to pay for their bail. So all of these things are some things that restrict Nigerian youth from, going to all-out attack on these institutions or agencies like the way you have just mentioned it. So everybody is being careful, cautious, and, trying to protect themselves and not get into trouble, because you get into trouble, then it's an issue. Except there's an up-rival, generally, not just one person, generally, probably like VDM did the other day. If he had been the only one that went to the naval headquarters for that protest, they probably would have picked him up. But he went with a lot of youths. And at the end of the day, they could not do anything. They had to just tell, okay, we'll look into it.
See, that VDM scenario does not look clear to me, oh my guy. Let me tell you the truth. The fact still remains the same that VDM listened
You
to
are
them when they told him to go home. He
you
left.
are,
If he has gone beyond what they did,
I don't know where we forget
done what
issue.
they want
You
to
are
do to him.
I said I don't know where you and VDM forget issue.
The
I
very
don't
dark
have
one.
issue with VDM, but
No,
just the
no,
fact
I
that an
love the
activist is
very dark
becoming
one.
so rich
I
over
must say,
activism
I'm not
doesn't
just
make
a fan
sense.
for him, but my take with that guy now is, can he be absolutely genuine? Because what I see for him, in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, he might be the next Nigerian leader that will move the youth to a pure democratic position that will help Nigeria for a better future. But my fear
Bro,
is this:
VDM
when
is
he
just
gets to
making
that
money with
position,
his
will he
activism.
do the right thing or start defrauding the Nigerian people? That is
Bro,
my fear.
listen. VDM is not an activist. He's just activists making money. Because through activism, if VDM know he has the pulse, and the only reason you see him start to react this way is because people have told him how come he has this follower and he does not want to start a revolution. If VDM is serious about changing the system of Nigeria, he can do it. But is he ready to do it? Can he do it? Does he have what it takes? Do you think if
Indeed,
VDM has not
indeed,
left that day
indeed,
when the military came and said
indeed.
move, they would not
See,
have shot them with tear gas? If you
Muna,
like, come with all the youth in Nigeria. If the
listen,
military want to push back, they will push back.
the boy has no money of his own. Oh. I was surprised to see a video of him celebrating Burna Boy's birthday few days ago.
You say he
People
has no
like
money of
Burna
his
Boy,
own. Is that what you said?
people like Burna Boy, they
Oh, you say
support that.
VDM has no money of his own.
No. Like, from my own understanding, like what he's doing, I believe he's doing what he's doing because he said something on that video. He said he's using Burna Boy's money to build schools. Of course, I've seen him build schools. My brother in
VDM bought a vehicle of 150 million naira. What is wrong with you? Where did he get the money from? What job
because
did he
people
do?
are donating to him. Do you
So
know
that's what I'm
Burna Boy
saying.
donate
We were saying the same
constantly
thing.
to him?
He's
Over
making money
300
off of
million
his activism. What
from
are you
Burna
talking
Boy
about?
already. But see, my own is that you see the first thing I said. I said he has what it takes to lead Nigeria to a better place. But when he gets there, will he do the right thing or continue to loot Nigeria like what we are saying now? That is my fear. But I believe in people changing. I believe that if he has the right people around him, people like you, Ebe, you, Bros, and me, and other people that have good intention, that would not be corrupted. When my dad, let me just deviate 1 minute. My dad was the Minister of Education in Nigeria for 20-something years.
In Nigeria, those states.
Edo State, all of my dad, 99 from WAEC, Bright Omugai. When he handed over his position, that was when WAEC started dying. Corruption and root WAEC, the West African Examination Council. There is no successful man in America from Nigeria that don't know my father. I tell you, for real, if your dad see a picture, he go know him. Yakubu Gowon, Obasanjo, and all of them, they know my papa for military. You know, they take nonsense. It takes a disciplined man not to take a bribe, not to fall for those things. What the key in Nigeria today is this: we are quick to accept bribe. We are quick to say yes. When they threaten us with gun for our head, if you don't sign this paper, we will kill you now.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next
Martin
topic.
Luther King today that help black people. That guy know what he went through. That's why I'm fighting till now. They should release Nnamdi Kanu. Because everything he said before they arrested him is happening now in Nigeria. The Fulanis are taking over the northern side. Now, the northerners now are rising up because they finally got the truth in their face. Already stick on them. But it's not too late. That's why they are scared to make Obi the next president, because if Obi win, they know Obi will release that boy, which I pray he do. Because one thing with human being, when we play the game to get into that office, we started playing the hand that put us there. That is my fear. Obi, I'm still scared of him. He might get into that office, he will start recruiting the money he has spent all this time. Everybody will say good things to get into that office.
Hold on, Glad. Hold on. I need you to respond to that, Sake. That he's still scared of Obi, that Obi might become president and do what he preached against.
Well, Obi coming in is going to be a very good omen for everybody. I tell you for free. He doesn't know me and I don't know him personally, but from everything I have seen in the past 6-7 years, I can tell you for free that we are going to be electing a gem if Obi eventually wins the election, because a lot of things are going to change and we are going to be the one to benefit of it, benefit from it, as the case may be. We will be the one to, enjoy whatever he will put in place. So he winning is going to be very, very good for us. And like, I will always say, I'm obedient to my core, to everything, to my heart. So
yeah, I like that. Obedient to this guy, man.
Nothing will do that. So Obi is going to be a gem for us when eventually he wins the election. So
nice.
That's it for me.
Nice.
Thank you. Please play this video. I've been looking for one other video where a police officer collected alcohol from the people.
You don't need to look for the video. We can tell you about it. It's everywhere.
You don't see the video.
I don't see the video,
so
bro.
I want you guys to watch this video. Then we'll talk about it. You ready?
Yeah.
My phone got to go off. Oh gosh. I don't want to own this game.
Kai me yasa kake haka ne Aminu? Kai wannan ma me yasa kake haka ne Aminu? Me yasa kake haka ne? Sun tubo abi ne.
So what do you guys think of that video? Sake, let me come to you first.
Okay, basically, I wouldn't want to fault that police officer. You know why? If you see the number of those bandits that were driving past that particular checkpoint, now, I don't know, checkpoint or they are just driving by, you will see that he is in no position to even try to, stop them in the first place. And whoever is videoing probably was stopped by them.
Wait, hold on. Let me understand something. You say you're not blaming the police officers because of the number of first of all, let me ask you a question. Who are those people on the bike? Who do you think they are?
Definitely they are bandits.
Okay. So
The only thing he could have done, that's where the system needs to come into play. The system needs to come into play in terms of if probably he had done that just to save his own head, in quote now, he could easily have radioed the next police station or checkpoint at any point, for them to know that these people are coming. Then they can mobilize and try to track them down and maybe arrest or get rid of them. But he is standing alone in that video. So all he could do was just wave the way he just did to save his own self. Because you will see he's not even holding a gun in the first place to say, okay, you want to attack anybody or...
well, do you want me to play the video again for you? He was holding a gun. What do you mean? He was holding a gun, and it was not just one police officer. There were more than one police officer there. There were a couple of police officers.
I just play it again. Let me see.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. So do you want me to play the video again? That was a police officer, not just one. There were more than one police officers. So the excuse of him this and that. But do you know? Okay, let's assume I take your
Okay,
excuse.
you know what, Chidi, let me ask you a question. From the video, even if there were more than one or two police officers, if there were more than that, did you see the number of those guys on the bike?
But see, you are as
No,
a
I want to ascertain something. Did you see the number of persons on the bike?
Yes,
Will
I
those
did.
police officers be able to withstand the firepower coming from those guys?
Well, we're not actually talking about firepower, right? If those people have seen those police officers as enemy, as natural enemy, there will not be hailings. It means there is a level of relationship between the police officers and the bandit. Subsequent information coming out says that was when they went for a negotiation with the bandit. And we have seen multiple videos of police officers going to negotiate with bandit. What do you have to say, Glad, before I proceed in debunking more of
what you said is a routine. Sorry, what you said is a routine. But they are trying to still play safe. Like they will say, instruction from the top. So it's basically a routine thing for them. But I'm just trying to say, in a normal sense, as an individual, you want to save yourself first.
Let's hear what Glad have to say. Glad, go ahead.
Okay. Now, firstly, it is wrong for a police officer to even have that ability or sense to take an alcohol from anybody. Now, secondly, the Nigerian Police Department, of which they don't call themselves the public, they call themselves the Nigerian Police Force, which is that logo is very wrong. They need to change that to the Nigerian Police Department, not the police force. Now, the Nigerian Police Department needs.
Let's talk about the video. Do you want me to play the video for you again?
Yeah. For that, no, I don't need to play the video. But first of all, it is wrong to take alcohol. Taking alcohol from anybody is wrong. They've taken from me. I have bought them alcohol. I have given them smoke. I have given them Benson and Hedges, Marlboro. I'm telling you. But the way the Nigerian Police Department, the road safety they have, they need total change. In America, you will not see, even in...
Glad, we'll come to that alcohol. I need you to react to the video I played. We'll come to the alcohol aspect.
for that aspect alone, just I'm saying the way the police department have been is a total disgrace to Nigerians and to the world. I have seen a video where I forgot the state, they finally banned road points, road blockage, and they still went ahead and created road blockage. And the new police commissioner has to go on investigating by himself with his escort.
Okay, hold on. It seems like you don't even understand the video I'm showing you. Hold on. Let me play this video one more time.
Play it again.
You're just reacting to something else.
It's wrong, man.
I need you to watch the video. Pay attention to the show.
Kai me yasa kake haka ne Aminu? Kai me yasa kake haka ne Aminu? Me yasa kake haka ne?
I don't know. But
So what's your take?
My own, first of all, the police officer, they don't have to stand on the road like that. Right from time.
Hold on. First of all, let me ask you, who are those people on the bike?
I don't know who they are, but they look terrible.
Those are the bandits that are terrorizing people in Nigeria.
And they allow them to pass like that? Well, they are outnumbered.
Even if they are outnumbered, by bare virtue, imagine a U.S. police officer, even if it is one, and sees a bunch of criminals passing through him. Do you think that one U.S. police officer will allow that to go by? He would rather die than watch those criminals go by like that.
He would do everything he can. But even before they pass that road, the police department.
But before I proceed, do we all agree? But do we all agree that those people are bandits, that those people are the bad guys? Do we all agree to that? Sake,
we don't know that. We don't know yet who they really are. For me, though, I won't jump to conclusion because what I see, a bunch of people driving by,
with sophisticated weapons.
Yeah,
me being in Nigeria, they try to downplay it.
No, I want to before you go to the downplaying, I want us to come to a consensus. Do we all agree that the people on the bike are bandits?
I'll tell you for free that they are bandits.
Okay, now let's see what the Nigerian police force said. Hold on, let me show you guys something. Let's now read what the Nigerian police force said about these people that we've just saw now, and we all agree that these people are the people terrorizing the country. Now, I need you guys to watch this while I read what the Nigerian government said. NPF clarifies false banditry narrative in viral Katsina video. Reaffirm partnership with community security volunteers. The Nigerian police force categorically disclaimed the false and misleading narrative accompanying a viral video circulating on social media which alleged that a uniformed police officer was seen interacting with armed bandits in Katsina State. For the avoidance of doubt, the individuals featured in the video are not bandits. They are duly recognized members of the Vigilante Group of Nigeria, VGN, and registered hunters who are actively supporting ongoing security operation in the collaboration with security agency in Masawa and Matasu local government area of Katsina. The video captured a routine interaction between a police officer and these security volunteers as they proceed to a designated operational area in support of effort to combat criminality and enhance public safety. Any claim suggesting otherwise is entirely false, malicious, and intended to mislead the public. The Nigeria Police Force strongly condemned the deliberate distortion of fact and the circulation of misinformation capable of causing public anxiety, undermining confidence in security institutions, and frustrating ongoing security operations. Members of the public are urged to disregard the misleading claims attached to the video and rely only on information disseminated through official channels of the Nigeria Police Force and other authorized government sources. The force warned individuals and groups engaged in creation, publication, or dissemination of false information capable of prejudicing public peace and security to deceit immediately, as appropriate legal action may be taken against violators. The Nigerian Police Force remain committed to working with legislators, is committed to working with legitimate communities, based security stakeholders, and other relevant partners in a collective effort to protect life, safeguard the community, and combat crime across Nigeria. So, my people, do you think again that those people were bandits? If those people are bandits, right? Why is the Nigeria government, the Nigeria police force, creating cover for them by lying to the public that those people are just vigilantes who are collaborating with the security forces to combat crime? What is going on, Kingsley? Sake.
Well, basically, Chidi, I don't even want to say much about a particular issue. If they say that these guys are vigilantes, let them bring them out again. I don't know if you understand.
Right.
Since they are already vigilantes and they can easily see them at every point in time, bring them out. You are trying to make them be at peace, right? As an institution, the police, like you said, you want to use police force, Nigeria police force. You say, okay, let them bring those set of persons with those kind of sophisticated weapons that the police does not even have, and you call them vigilantes. Are we talking to idiots? You know that you are talking to us that we are idiots and we don't know or we cannot see what we are seeing. Those guys have sophisticated weapons. You can see that guy wielding that almost like a magazine on the bike, and he says he's a vigilante or a hunter. So if okay, let's assume okay, forget about the gun aspect of things now. Bring them back. Know them. At least they are registered in quotes now. Let us see them, and from there we can go from there. Okay, we know. Okay, you know these people, and okay, you interact, and they are helping you do the counter-terrorism kind of things that you claim you are doing. But if not, don't lie to yourself because you're not lying to us. You are not lying to us. We know what we know. So basically, that's just doing worse with some people that as in want to make us look stupid to the rest of the world because that's what they are making us look stupid to the rest of the world.
Thank you. Glad, what's your take on that? On the Nigerian police response regarding the men on bike that we vividly know are terrorists?
Well, I don't have much to say than all I've been saying. The Nigerian police force need to be patriotic. They need to change they need to change their ways. It's hard time Nigerian police start having body cameras, well, technical jobs that can allow other police officers around the region to pull up when they have things like that. Because in America, even if they say it's a concealed carry, you cannot carry weapons, rifles in a bike. They have bike gangs, yeah. court members that drive bikes. Those guys would never carry their weapons openly in the air, driving back across the road, and police would park on the side of the road. The police in America, they don't do roadblock. They stay in strategic points in the interstate, in the street, parked in their car with their laptop and radio and cameras. And they know when they see such group of gangs from a mile away driving with weapons in the air, that means they are out for blood. So they will always call in for order, SWAT team with sweeping. Before those guys move to the next 2 blocks, there's already a roadblock, a bunch of police parked, waiting for them to apprehend them. Nigeria need to change their ideas. If you ask the Nigerian AG or whatever they call them, what is your idea? What are you aspiring for? They can't tell you. So everything boils down to we need education. We need patriotic Nigerians that knows what they're doing.
So I'll say, does that mean that the Nigerian police and the soldiers are complicit in what is going on in Nigeria with the killings?
Absolutely.
Because
not
it is obvious that they are working hand in hand.
They are not complicit, but they are uneducated to the fact of what they are doing. One, either they don't know what they are doing, or they don't know their responsibility as a uniformed man. A uniformed man hold the highest standard of any living. No uniformed man in America will burst into an American campus and violate a young lady or a man. No uniformed man in America will pull a roadblock with a bunch of tires and trees to block the road and start asking people to pull over and collect money from them. And when they don't comply, you beat them. No uniformed man in America will wear slippers or bets.
Without let's say this. Let's go back to before I show the next video. Let's talk a little bit about.
I cry when I see that video.
Hold on. Let's talk about the police officer that was taking alcohol, because this is not the first time it has happened. It has happened thousands of times in Nigeria.
Yes, thousands of times.
When we're coming back from club,
on the road,
when we're coming back from club, the remaining drink. When they pull us over, like, hey, your guy, what you did for your boys now? What you did, Shelley? You know. You give them some money, then they see the alcohol. Like, okay, give us that one more day for the night. Now, you give them the drink. You know, some of them smoke weed on duty. Some of them drink alcohol on duty with a firearm. It's a dangerous.
On the side. In Nigeria, in Edo State Depot,
it's a dangerous recipe for disaster.
Go to depot,
have such a thing.
You see, in depot, in kiosk, in a small store, convenience store.
It's terrible. It's terrible that the government allows such a thing. And I don't know the kind of training they get, but whoever is training them needs to go learn what it means to be a police officer before you come and train them. They need to stop those drinking on duty or smoking on duty.
Yes, in America, police officers, they have their police bar. I won't lie you.
If you no police officer in America drinks on duty. It does not happen.
They don't drink on duty. When they close, they have their police bar. They go to police bar. All over America, if you don't even know, you might walk into a bar, a lounge. You won't even know this is a false bar, a military bar.
So let's watch a video real quick, right? This video right here that I'm about to play. I don't know how authentic this video is, but I'm gonna play it. They said it was the capture reads yesterday in Kabuji, Mashigo local government, Niger State. A fierce clash erupted between Dogo Gidi bandits and Lakurawa fighters. Multiple gunmen were injured. a military, listen to the word, a military helicopter then landed in the community near a school/cemetery and evacuated the wounded bandits, sparking massive outrage and claim the Nigerian army is assisting the terrorists. Hold on, let's watch the video.
za a ji a samu bayani cikin jiragen nan akwai gawa ke shigawa ada kawai
Okay, so there is also this guy that explains a little bit about this. Let's listen to this guy.
Nigerians. So I said, I'm giving the full details of what happened yesterday for Kaboji, Niger State. We make army, Nigerian army, waste taxpayers' money, use a helicopter, come and lift bandits, we get injury. Nigerians should know the story. Even they hide them, the English Alhaji will bring. Are they very active? The federal government of bandits media not go tell me these things. But like I always tell you guys, I got your back. As they hide them, Alhaji go bring. I go give you the full details. I go bring them out. So yesterday, the 2nd of July 2026. Yesterday and also Thursday. For inside Kaboji. Kaboji they under Meshegu local government area of Niger State. Dogon Gide, the most notorious bandit kingpin. If you hear of Dogon Gide, he's one of the most notorious bandit kingpin disturbing Nigeria. This same Dogon Gide gets bandits, he gets a men for that Kaboji inside forest. Because the guy gets a lot of cows, he get cows plenty. So those men, they safeguarding cows for that forest inside Kaboji. So yesterday, Lakurawa men, did they travel? Did they go to Kanji Lake Forest? Did they go that side? So they come pass inside the Zuguruma. After Zuguruma, they rest for Zuguruma. After Zuguruma, they can't get to that place where that Kaboji, where Dugungida men they. So they can't go jam Dugungida men. So as they can't jam them, the Lakurawa men can't tell Dugungida men say they must give them zakat. Because they don't see a lot of cows where these Dogongida men they control. A lot. But the cow plenty. So they can't tell the Dogongida men, say they must give them zakat. Zakah. Zakah in English. I try to translate that for those of you who don't understand what they call zakah. Zakah na for like it just be like say you get multitude, like you rich, you get plenty fortunes, then you can just take something out of it and give to the people, to the poor. The hair is like tithe. I don't know if I explained it correct for my Muslim brothers. If I'm correct, put it under the comment section. Inshallah, you're correct. Zakah is like tithe. So the Lakurawa men, they tell the Dogongida men to pay tithe because these cows are many. So take from this multitude and give us as tithe. The men say no, we no will give you any zakah. So they come to get back and front with those Lakurawa men. From nowhere, fight start. You know, say once there's argument, the chances of fight to start they high. The next thing, fight start between the two of them. Dogongida men and Lakurawa, they start to exchange gunfire. So Lakurawa don't get upper hand. They unalive Dogongida, like they defeat the Dogongida men. So I believe one of them can put call across their leader will be Dogongide. Dogongide can send the men more than 100. What I tell you now, facts. Dogongide can send the men more than 100 to come to that forest for Kaboji, where this all this fighting they happen. The men can't arrive for that Kaboji community. Then people of Kaboji begin to they run. Like they say, no, run, no, don't run away. We are not here to fight you guys. We get mission where we go for front. Give us food, give us petrol. So the community no can run again. They can't give them food, give them the petrol where they ask for, so that they don't go eat them or buy them. You know go blame them. People will hold gun, you know hold gun. So no a gun, they control them sharp. That one pass. Then they proceed to the forest where Lakurawa they defeat their men. So when they get there, they come begin to exchange gunfire with Lakurawa. You understand? So after so much, because more than 100 people don't come join the Dogogida men for forest. You know, see these guys don't get power over the Lakurawa. Lakurawa come with Gonja. So before you know it, military helicopter arrive, land for the primary school of Kaboji. You understand? They can't send ambulance to the forest to go pick the bodies of like injured bandits, but na Dogogida men I collect where pass. So that be the video where they see here. So some of the videos I will post on my Telegram. My admin will post it on my Telegram. So if you don't have the link, if you're watching on Facebook, go under the comment section. If you're watching from Instagram, go to the bio. My admin will post every other videos on the Telegram. You understand? So as they can't send ambulance go inside forest to go pack those people, the ones who are injured, come outside. They bring them complaint. Dogogida himself drive come. He no come the helicopter. He came. He drive come that ground where they bring the men.
I'm here.
All right, let's go. What do you have to say about this, Sake?
Man, I feel it for this video. I'm hungry.
Yeah, why? Go ahead. Feel free, man. I'm freestyle.
Okay.
Basically, it's a self-explanatory video. He was mentioning the names of those. That's the guy analyzing the whole scenario. I think we have failed in a lot of things.
Yeah.
In security architectures, in our even the ministers, they have failed because I see no reason all these things happening. We've had situations where we go to basically just negotiate with bandits in their hideouts. We know their hideouts. We go there to discuss with them, make ransom, we will pay ransoms, and we come back home for us to deny to the Nigerian citizens, even when we know that these are lies. But they still tell it to us, whether we like it or not. Consume it. That is what they want us to hear. So we are failed in a lot of things, and if we don't get the right person, our problem basically is leadership. If we don't get the right leader that can guide us in the right direction, Chidi will keep going through this trajectory over and over again. It's not going to change. So we need to basically get the right person that can guide us, because I see no reason why this thing will happen. Take for instance, they've not even come out to even debunk. Take for instance the previous video you posted and this one that you just posted. They've not come out to even deny it or say anything about it. I mean, you're sending helicopters what's it called? Criminals, known criminals. This guy is bold enough to even mention their names because he has the information, and we just look the other way like it's not happening. And we know it's happening. Before before we react or act on it. Now it's even come to their doorstep. The last colonel that died, retired colonel. Do you know the military said he died of BP or diabetes? At the end of the wife said snake beat him in the bush. That was his cause of death. Snake. But the military are the ones saying that that he died of diabetes. So who are you lying to? When the information, we are in the age of information, these things will always eventually come out to the open, and you keep lying to us, and you expect us to just consume it and just let it go like that. So all these things are just basically common sense thing, and we need to just still be the ones to act and get our country back. Because if we don't get our country back, then it's almost like we are throwing
But
it
don't you
away
think
to them.
it's too far gone to get the country back? Do you think the people holding it now will just give it back like that? And also, do you think Nigerian youth has what it takes to get the country back?
Yes, definitely we do. We have vibrant youths that can get the country back, but there has to be a fight for it. It doesn't have to be violence, but there has to be a fight for it through the ballots. We need to put our.
So how are you about to get it through the ballot when the ballot is flawed, when the people controlling the ballot are all flawed? How are you going to do it? You say no violence. I agree with you. I'm not supporting violence. But how do you intend to do it? The ballot, if you say it is the ballot, you and I know that is not going to work because Nigerian system does not support free and fair election.
The last time I told you, there's free and fair election. Our votes do count. I mentioned to you, if you are saying our votes don't count, how come they go to the polling booth?
If your vote count, how come they didn't count 2023?
I'm going somewhere. Yes, they will rig. You will see, okay, why did they not use the IREV? They will want to rig, definitely. But how come they are using money, for instance, at the polling booths? There's an extent to where they can rig to. That is the issue. There's an extent to where they can rig to. Why are they paying money at the polling booths if they know your vote will not count? So that you can just, thumbprint for them. They give you 10,000 naira, 15,000 naira. They know your vote will count if you want to vote from your conscience and the rest of it. So they use money to, first of all, make you probably not even vote or vote for them so that it will make it a lot easier for them to manipulate the system at the collation centers. That is what they do because they know our votes count. So that's why they are using their money. Some of them will earmark 1 billion naira, 2 billion, just to buy votes. So if your vote doesn't count, why will I spend that amount of money just to bribe you to vote for me? I will not if I know your vote doesn't count. So they first of all clean up that almost like a first stage of the scenario. Then they now go to the second stage and clean it up. You understand? Now they have, before you know it, some of them will even pay you for you to thumbprint in 2 different places on the ballot box.
Well, we're actually talking about the vote. We're actually still talking about security. I know you want to talk more about the vote, but let's stick on the security aspect. Let me play this video real quick.
State. It's a mini Nigeria composed of various ethnic groups living together reasonably peacefully. But the peace in this state is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and of course in all the riverine state of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. The ethnic cleansing must stop in Taraba State. It must stop in all the states of Nigeria. Otherwise, Somalia will be a child's play.
So this one also is still just trying. I think it's just portraying our point. Do you think? My question to you, Sake. Do you think the Nigerian military is neutral in this instance?
Well, I don't want to.
I'm not trying to put you in trouble, though. But
No, definitely not. The thing is this: they can do better than what they are doing. Some of them are involved in this. Like you mentioned, ethnic cleansing. I think this is where the governors will come in, and try to make a difference. But in terms of the security aspect of things, I am just trying to, the governors have to, put their foot on the ground and, instruct they have this, what they call security meetings that they do on a regular. So if you have your security operatives coming to give you reports on what is happening or what is on ground, and you cannot make decision from it, then it makes you weak. So if they are giving you a regular report, probably on a weekly or on a in every two weeks, you should be able to make your decision and let them know that I don't want this to happen again. That is where I think this central aspect of policing and the military, it has to be decentralized. The federal should not be the one controlling the state police, because some of them will say they've not gotten instruction from the federal government or from the IGP, in quotes now, for them to act. Meaning, you are calling me the chief security officer of my state, and I cannot instruct you as the commissioner of police in my state to act on a particular security situation in my own state. So all these things need to be, sorted and harmonized. If not, we'll keep going through this back and forth, because this, what's it called, the ethnic cleansing that they are talking about, the state police can easily have just, quell it, and we will not even hear it at all from anybody. But because they are not effective, or they are internal persons, in quote now, from military, the police, and the rest of them, aiding and abetting these people, it just fuels it up, and at the end of the day, nobody wants to, take a chill pill and just let it go, whatever, because most of them is about land. Land grabbers, they want to just, we want to take over your land. That's mostly the cause of most of these things. They want to grab land. And by the time it turns to ethnic issue, and they just want to get that land by all means necessary. So all those things, they could easily have just been, curtailed and sorted out. And the traditional leaders are even not even making, they're not helping issues. Some of them still want to grab land also. So all these things boils down to a working government. If we have a working government, most of these things will not be happening.
Thank you. Okay. Let's hear from Vlad. Go on.
All right. Because first of all, I'm going to contribute, and I'm about to run. But this is what I'm going to say. I hear everything that's going on. As my brother was saying, I want to ask a question. My first is that governor, who's in charge of the military in the state of that governor? Is it not the governor?
No, the president is in charge of the military in Nigeria.
Oh, so it's not like over here where the governors are in charge of the military.
Well, over here, the president can override the governor's power over the military anyway. But yes,
No,
there is a part of the military that the governor controls, which is the National Guard. So every state governor controls the National Guard that the president can easily nationalize if he wants to.
no, that no. In America, I don't think so.
Yes,
Trump,
what do you mean? One in
Trump is the only
California
person
that
that
happened.
over.
Trump nationalized the guard in California. Now, what do you mean?
Yeah, but
Well,
they ruled against him that was
no, they
false.
did not. They did not. He's commander in chief. Don't argue that. That's not something to argue about. He's commander in chief. He's in charge of the armed forces.
Mm. Okay. Now,
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. I think you're busy. Let's move on. All right.
yeah,
But
my
this is what
point.
I'm. Hold on,
I'll
this is what I'm going
conclude
to say.
now.
You can't be eating and talking. This is what I'm going to say. Right. I think the Nigerian military and the Nigerian police need to do a better job representing the people of Nigeria. If they are not going to defend and protect the lives and property of the people of Nigeria, they should come out clear and tell the Nigerian people that they are the enemy of the Nigerian people. Because a situation where the Nigerian army is romancing with terrorists who have killed and ransacked villages, see police officer hailing bandits with machine guns and RPGs, these are very disturbing as people who have someone who has family members and friends like you, Sake, in Nigeria, and who visit Nigeria more often. It is a terrible and a very scary development that you cannot trust the Nigerian police or the military to protect life and property. Instead, they are the ones aiding and abetting these people. It's a dangerous cocktail. It is dangerous. This is bad. Internationally, it is bad. The US military, there's a guy I saw on Arise TV that was saying that the US military don't even trust the Nigerian military anymore because they believe they feed information to the bandits. So these are things that the Nigerian military needs to rid themselves of. That is why I keep saying Nigeria cannot just reform itself. It needs to be overhaul from the root, which is coming back to the constitution, where we ask ourselves, do we want to be together? Let's hold a referendum. And when we do, if the majority says we should be together, then we need to come to the table, create a constitution that works for the people, not for the 1%. A country where most of the elite has the police, the uh, all the forces guiding and protecting them from the masses they've impoverished over the years. And to put more injury to the whole thing, they are even supporting and abetting the people that is killing the citizens. Who are these terrorists? So all these videos are very troubling. The Nigerian police can come out and deny all they want. We are not stupid. We can see for ourselves. The Nigerian military and the police need to do better. Their job is not to protect power. Their job is to protect the least in the community, those that cannot defend themselves, those that cannot protect themselves. That is the job of the police, to protect and serve, not to protect and harass, or not to harass and kill. There are videos of police officers committing extrajudicial killings. Nigerians, what is happening? Look at how they are treating you in South Africa. You can't go home and clean up your own mess. Something got to change. Something has to be done. This cannot continue. People die in Nigeria without anybody blinking an eye. It's a common thing for people to die like chicken in Nigeria. Even hospitals sometimes reject people for treatment because of finances. There are so many things that are wrong in that society, and it just behooves me how people just move on and don't even complain. You have lived over the years without having 24 hours electricity, and you still wake up in that same society. You don't have good school, no road, but yet your politicians talk about billions and trillions of naira, and you are comfortable. I'm not preaching violence, right? But there is something that happened in New York, right? Where a health CEO was unalive by a citizen because he was angry of the price of healthcare and all that stuff. I'm not saying people should do that in Nigeria. I'm not calling for violence. Nobody should take violence. Violence is not the right way to go. But I think the Nigerian politicians should be able to be scared of their citizens, not the other way around. Citizens are not supposed to be scared of their politicians. And another thing the Nigerian media does that hurt me and annoy me the most is they make excuses for all these people. Oh, we want to thank the police people. It is not your job to thank the police force. It is not your job to thank the military. Your job is to hold them accountable. Your job is to hold them to their feet, to make sure they are doing what they are supposed to do, not placate to them. Saki, I don't know if you have anything to add to that before we round up.
Well, basically, you said it all, and the system needs to change. Like you rightly said, we need to change the system, and we should not be afraid of the politicians. They are supposed to be they are working for us, actually, as the case may be. They are supposed to be accountable to us, and we should hold them accountable for every decisions they take, and they should seek our opinion before they make or take any decision.
You want to come closer a little bit to your mic, Kisley?
Like I said, I was trying to say they are workers. They are working for us, so they need to be accountable to us, irrespective of anything. So whatever decision they want to take, they should seek our opinion, and we should hold them accountable for any decision they take regarding our welfare.
Thank you. Glad. What's your closing remark? Just give us what you think.
All right. My closing remark is this. I believe Chidi, you said it all. Sake said it all. And my motive today is to always hammer on that same aspect. Nigerians, get yourself educated, get yourself equipped with the Constitution, familiar yourself with the Constitution, say no to bribe, stand on the positivity, on integrity, on dignity. When we stop taking bribe in hospitals, in schools, in our workplaces, those are the little changes. The little things matters. The little things really matters. The only way forward for Nigerian people now is this. The military, the police force, the hospital situation, they are all being corrupted long before that. But the way forward is this. There's a way forward, which is we now should say no to bribe, say no to corruption, stand with accountability. There should be an accountability for the budget department in the state. the budget department, the local government.
Your mic is echoing. Are you on in something else? Your mic is echoing.
Are you on something else? Your mic is echoing. Is this still echoing?
Yeah, better now. Why is it making all that wave of noise?
Probably because I'm charging my phone. Let me hold on. Why is it making all that wave? I'm turning my phone close to my TV.
Okay. Turn the TV off or mute the TV.
Yeah, I already did. I'm turning my phone close to my TV.
Or remove your phone from the charger. It's almost done. We're almost done with the show.
I just unplug it. So, it's almost done. I just unplug it. So, what are we doing?
Well, we can barely understand because your mic is muffling. We can barely understand because your mic is muffling.
Today, calm down. Stop chasing or praising rich people who are taking your own money and spending it on themselves, not investing it on the community where you live. Start asking questions. Nobody will kill you when you ask questions with kindness, with wisdom. Nobody will kill you when you go to your NEPA department, your electricity provider, and ask them, why am I not having light if you are paying your bills? When you pay your light bill, you need to ask questions when you don't have light. How can you bring a light bill to me and say I'm only 40,000 and you didn't have light for a whole month and you bring a bill for that month and you are only them 100,000? Ask questions. Why is that kindly?
Well, we can't hear you, Glad. I don't know what you did again. This thing is echoing. Well, let's just call it. Let's just call it a day for today. The ending, but we can do this again tomorrow. Yeah, we can do it tomorrow. Yeah, we can do this again tomorrow. And I thank you, Sake. Thank you, Glad.
Thank you, Sake. Thank you, Glad. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Y'all have a wonderful evening.
Welcome. Y'all have a wonderful evening.